Hello everyone. Today I'm going to start with the septic tank here. In previous class, we were discussing about the estimation of the manual. Today we're going to discuss about the septic tank here. So first, let us know what do you mean by a septic tank. Septic tank typically underground structure in which sewage is collected, and later due to the bacterial activities it get decomposes. Okay, na? So before drain up to the soak pit, that is called septic tank here. So here today we're going to calculate the quantity of different items. Here he has given question: prepare a detailed estimate of the septic tank with the soak pit for 25 users. Here already designed and give the dimensions of the septic tank. Based on that, we have to estimate that these items here we have 7 items. Okay, so here he has given the drawing. Here in this drawing you can see the septic tank is given in the form of rectangular shape, whereas in the soak pit it is given in the form of circular shape here. Okay. So first I will start with earthwork excavation. So before that we shall prepare a tabular column like this, that is serial number, particular items, number, length, breadth, quantity and remarks column. Okay, so I'll start with earthwork excavation for septic tank. Later I will discuss about the soak pit. So here the first we should find out the numbers. Here only one number is there, no? So one number, and length is 2.8 meter. That is how we got the 2.8 meter. In remarks column you can see, so 2.2 plus 0.4 plus 0.4 is equals to 2.8 meter. Then now you got this 2.8 meter. In this drawing you can see the total inner dimension is 2 meter from ear to ear, plus wall thickness is 0.3 on both the side, and here CC bed is projected 0.1 on both the side. So 2 plus 0.3 plus 0.3, that is 2.6, plus 0.1 plus 0.1, it will be 2.8 meter. The total length is 2.8 meter, and the breadth here, from ear to ear it is the length, and from ear to ear it is the breadth, and from ear to ear it is the depth here. So the breadth also remains same, so 0.9 plus 0.4 plus 0.4, it means 0.3 is there, no? I will directly add the projection of the CC bed. So 0.9 plus 0.4 plus 0.4, it will be 1.7 meter. So length is 2.8, breadth is 1.7, and depth is 1.95. Then now you got this 1.95. So in this drawing you can see the length, depth. So from ear to ear 25 mm, and from ear to ear it is 1.4, and from ear to ear is 0.3. So 1.4 plus 0.3 is 1.7 plus 25 equals to 1.95 up to the ground level. So then after that, after multiplying all this length, breadth, depth, we got the quantity is 9.28 meter cube. That is all about the septic tank. Second is the soak pit. As I told you, so the soak pit here he has given in a circular shape. Circular shape means we should find out the diameter of the soak pit. Diameter is very simple here. So diameter means we need to measure the distance from ear to ear. Okay, that is 1 meter. Here inside inside he has given 1 meter plus 0.2 plus 0.2. Again it will be thickness is 0.15 meter. Again 0.15 meter. This is 0.15. This is 0.15. Then 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 will be 1.4 plus 0.15 plus 0.15 the 0.3, 1.4 plus 0.3 it was 1.7, again plus 0.15 plus 0.15, that is 0.3, 1.7 plus 0.3 equals to 2 meter. So this diameter is 2 meter. Here you can see the calculation of the diameter is 2 meter. Then pi by 4 into d square, d is the 2 meter. Then depth is 3 meter. Depth is 3 meter means here you can see this, here you consider only this portion, this up to ear, from ear to ear. So 2.5 plus 0.5, this is 0.5, this is 2.5, 3 meter. Okay na? Then it's all about the septic tank, soak pit upper portion. Then soak pit lower portion. Lower portion means this portion, guys. So from ear to ear we should consider the diameter. The diameter is 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.2. So 1 from ear to ear plus 0.2 plus 0.4, and that is 1.4. Depth is 0.2 here. Okay na? So the area into depth here, directly we will get the area, into depth we will get the quantity. The depth diameter is 1.4 meter, depth is 0.2 meter. Then pi by 4 into 1.4 square into 0.2, we got the quantity is 0.3 meter. Then total quantity of septic tank and the soak pit is 19 meter cube. That is all about the earthwork excavation. Second one, the cement concrete bed. So remember, cement concrete bed will be considered only for the septic tank. It will not be considered for the soak pit. Okay na? So length will be remain same, that is for CC bed, cement concrete bed for the horizontal portion, that is 2.8 meter plus 1.7, 2.8 into 1.7, depth is only 0.2 meter, that is you can see. So this is 2.8 from ear to ear, then from ear to ear is 1.7, then thickness is from ear to ear is 0.2 ear. Okay, so that we got the quantity after multiplying 2.8 into 1.7 into 0.2, 0.95. Then sloping floor. So here we have sloping floor, guys. This portion here you can see the sloping floor will be provided from ear to ear. The sloping floor is provided at ear. One side it is at 10 mm, other side it is 0. Then we should consider the average depth. Here you can see the 10. This is 10 and this is 0. This is 0. So 10 plus 0 by 2 equals to 0.05. That is 0.05. That is the depth. So length will be, that is inner portion. This will be only at inner position. No? So from ear to ear. So 2 plus 2 into 0.9 into 0.05 is the depth. Then we got the quantity of sloping portion is 0.09. Then after adding the both the quantity we got 1.04 meter cube. So in this remarks column we can see the calculation of the sloping floor. Okay, so it is all about the CC bed. Third one is the first class brickwork. So here we are considering the long wall short wall method. First I will consider the long wall. So number of long wall, you can see there are two number of long walls here. These two are the long wall and these two are the short walls. Okay, so these two are the long wall and these two are the short walls here. First I will consider the length of the long wall. So in this drawing, so from inner to inner diameter, inner to inner length is 2 meter plus wall thickness is 0.3 plus 0.3. Then the length is equals to 2.6 meter. 2 plus 0.3 plus 0.3, 2.6 meter. Here you can see is 2.6 meter length, and breadth is, that is wall thickness 0.3 and the depth is 0.6 meter. That is up to the depth is 0.6 meter. First putting depth is 0.6 meter from ear to ear. Okay, that is about the long wall by first step. And again second step of the long wall, two numbers, length it will be again it will be calculated as same as step number 1. 2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, that is 2.4 plus 0.2 is the breadth and 1.15 that is depth here. Then now we got 1.15 here. Then here at the center it is having 25 mm. At the center it is having 25 mm, but at the end it is having 20 mm. Okay, now this 25 minus 20 we got 0.05. The remaining depth is 0.05. So 0.05 plus 1.4 plus 1.4 plus 0.3 minus first putting depth. Then we got the depth equals to 1.15. In a remarks column you can see here. So 0.05 plus 1.4 plus 0.3 minus 0.6, we got the depth is 1.15. Then after calculating the quantity, numbers into length into breadth into depth, we got 1.10. Okay, now then short wall. The short wall means long wall is already considered on both the side. Short wall means only at inner position. So from ear to ear, so the length will be 2 meter, two numbers, it's not 2 meter, two numbers, 0.9 meter into 3 is the breadth and depth is 0.6 meter. Then we got the quantity. Second step is two numbers, 0.9 into 0.2 is the wall thickness, that is second putting. Depth will be remain same, that is 1.15. Then we got the quantity 0.42. That is only for septic tank. Then the total quantity of septic tank is 2.78 meter cube. Okay, now third one, we move on to the second class brickwork in cement mortar for soak pit. There are two portion here, upper portion and lower portion. So here first what should we need to find out the circumference length, because it is in the form of circular shape. So we need to find out the circumference length. So I will get the circumference length means you can see in the remarks column. First we should draw the diagram like this. The diameter and wall thickness is 0.2. So diameter is 1 meter, that is inner dimension, plus wall thickness is 0.2 here. So 1 plus 0.2 by 2, 0.2 by, that is we got mean circumference length. That mean circumference multiplied by the pi will get the length of soak pit, that is upper portion. Okay, now for that length we have to multiply the breadth here 0.2, that is wall thickness, and the depth is 0.5, upper portion. Here you can see the upper portion. This is the upper portion here. This one is the upper portion. Okay, here also this is upper portion. Length is circumference length is from center to center, so it means from ear to ear, center to center. Okay na. So that multiplied by this pi, we got something that the depth breadth is 0.2 and depth is 0.5 meter. Depth is 0.5 meter. Here he has given the depth from ear to ear is 0.5 meter. So after multiplying that, we got the upper portion brickwork for the soak pit. Next lower portion of the soak pit. Then again lower portion means this portion, guys. Lower portion means here you can see this portion, lower portion, but wall will be considered here only, but here we should consider the circumference length. So diameter is 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 by 2, that is 1.2 meter here. So 1.2, that's here you can see in the length we calculated same 1.2 meter. That 1.2 is multiplied by the pi, we got the circumference length. That circumference length into breadth into circumference length into breadth into depth. This circumference length into breadth is 0.2, depth is also 0.2, that is lower portion of the soak pit. That's lower portion brickwork. This one is the brickwork lower portion. Okay, there is hatching line is there, no, that is brickwork. Then we got the quantity is 0.53 meter cube. That is for brickwork for the upper portion, lower portion of the soak pit. Next, second class dry brickwork in soak pit. Okay na. That is second class dry brickwork in soak pit means in drawing you can see where is the dry brick. So here I am zooming the drawing. Dry brick is at here. So this portion dry brick, this portion is the dry brick here, the center portion. Again here also we should find out the center circumference length here. From ear to ear is the circumference length. So it means from ear to ear is 1 meter. Okay, now plus 0.2 by 2 plus 0.5 by 2, that is 1.2. 1.2 into pi, you got the circumference length. That circumference length is multiplied by the breadth. Breadth is nothing but wall things. Depth is 2.5 meter. Depth is 2.5. Here you can see this depth is 2.5 meter. Okay, so that is 2.5 meter. So we got the quantity is 1.88 meter cube. That is second class brickwork per soak pit. That is all about the brickwork. Okay na. So now we move on to the precast RCC work for the septic tank as well as the soak pit here. First I will consider septic tank. The inner dimension of the septic tank is 2 meter plus wall thickness is 0.2 on both the side, 0.2 plus 0.2. The length of RCC slab for septic tank is 2.4. Again breadth is 0.9 plus 0.2 plus 0.2. 0.9 plus 0.2 equals to 1.1 plus 0.2 equals to 1.3. Then depth is 0.075. Depth is 0.075. So RCC slab means ear to ear, guys. This RCC slab. Okay na? So then soak pit here. So soak pit, it is in the form of a diameter, that is circular shape. Again you should calculate the area. So area means 1 meter is the inner dimension of the soak pit. This 1 meter inner dimension from ear to ear plus 0.2 plus 0.2, that is 1.4 meter. So pi by 4 into 1.4 square. Then you got the area into thickness of the slab. Thickness of the slab is 0.05. Then we got the quantity is 0.115 meter cube. Okay na. So it is all about the septic tank. And next we have buffalo wall in this septic, sorry, so it's all about the soak pit. Next we have buffalo wall. Buffalo wall in the septic tank here. So in that buffalo wall he has given the length. Okay na. So length is 1 meter, that is we calculated here 1 meter. 1 meter, how we got this 1 meter? Okay, so here is the length 1 meter. This here you can see in the drawing we got 1 meter. So from ear to ear it is 0.9 meter, and this slab is projected 0.05 on both the side. It cannot be stand, no, it will be required some supports here. So that is the reason slab will be projected on both the side of about 0.5. Then length equals to 0.9 plus 0.5, so plus 0.5 plus 0.05, it will be 1 meter. So this is 1 meter, and breadth of the buffalo wall is 0.04. He has given 0.04. Here you can see here is given 0.04. The length buffalo wall is 0.04. Sorry, breadth of the buffalo wall and depth from here to here. Yes, this is the Baffle wall. This one is the Baffle wall here. Okay, and sorry, this one is the Baffle wall. Sorry for that. This one is the Baffle wall, and 0.15 plus 0.3 is equals to 0.45. Depth is 0.45. So depth is 0.45. Then we calculate the quantity is 0.018. Then the total quantity of RCC work equals to 0.367 meter cube. Okay, now depth I have mentioned. Depth you can see this is calculated in the remarks column. Next we move on to the next quantity, that is the cement plastering. So cement plastering, again I will consider here the number of long walls here, two number of long walls, that is inner dimension. So 2 meter by 9 meter is there. 2 meter is there, 2 meter plus you can calculate it as your convenient here, but here I am calculated like this. So two numbers, that is long wall 2 numbers into 2 walls into, that is length is 2 meter inner dimension and depth is 1.7 meter. 1.7 is how you got this 1.7 here. So this depth 1.3 plus 1.3 plus 1.4 plus 0.3 is equals to 1.7. This 1.7 meter here. Here is 1.7 meter. Next short wall, two numbers, inner dimension is 0.9, depth is 1.7. Then we got the total quantity is 9.86 after adding both long wall, short wall. It's all about the cement plastering, that is inner face. Then again cement plastering for the floor here, floor of the septic tank. Okay, no? So floor of the septic tank means we know the dimension, one number, that is 2 is the length, and 9.9, actually sorry for that, it is 0.9 meter. This is 0.9 meter. Here I have mentioned 9 meter, actually it is 0.9 meter. So 2 into 0.9 equals to 1.8 meter square. 1.8 meter square. So we got the plastering for the flooring here. Next 50 mm brick aggregate for the soak pit, that is outside of the soak pit. Again here also we should calculate the circumference length here. 50 mm aggregates. 50 mm aggregates means he has mentioned that aggregates here. The brick aggregates means this portion. Here this is the brick aggregates. Okay, on both the side. Then circumference length from ear to ear means, so length will be calculated up to ear. Okay, this brick is there now. Sorry, before the last one is there now, up to there. So 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, that is 1.4 plus 0.15 by 2 plus 0.15 by 2. Then the length equals to 1.15. Length equals to 1.15. Here you can see the 1.15. Length is 1.55. Sorry, 1.55. This 1.55 can be multiplied with the, here I calculated 1.55 5, then I got the total length, that is 4.87 into 0.15 into 2.5 meter is the depth. Okay, then I got the quantity is 1.84 meter cube. Okay, now 2.5 meter, you can see the inner dimension of the soak pit, that is 2.5 meter depth. Okay, then at the bottom of the soak pit, also he has given brick aggregates here. Brick aggregates at the bottom of the soak pit, this one. These are brick aggregates. Your marking is there. No, these are brick aggregate bottom of the soak pit. Dimension is here it is in the form of here he has filled in the form of circular position. So the entire diameter is 1 meter. So 1 pi by 4 into 1 square into depth is 0.042. Then 0.02. Then we got the quantity is 0.157. Then the total quantity will be 1.99 meter cube. Okay. Next coarse sand for outer side of the soak pit. And then coarse sand for the outside of the soak pit means, again you should see the drawing here. This is the coarse sand outside of the soak pit. Outer to outer, the last one is there, no? That is the coarse sand. Here he has mentioned coarse sand. Okay. So it is having the thickness is 15 centimeters, 0.15 meter. So then it is in circumference length. Again we should find out the circumference length here. The circumference is calculated at here. We got 1.85. So here we got 1.85. This 1.85 you can see it here. This 1.85 is multiplied with the thickness of the wall and depth is 2.5 meter. Then we got the quantity is 2.18 meter cube. Okay. Next we move on to the number of iron steps here. So here there are 4 number of iron steps, and again you should move on to drawing, and here 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 steps you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 step, 4 iron steps. So you should mention numbers only here. Then 100 mm sewer pipe, that is inlet of septic tank, that is one number, length is 3 meter. Then where is the 3 meter length? So here you can see length is 3 meter, that is inlet. This is the inlet, length is 3 meter. You just mentioned only one number into 3 meter length. The quantity will be measured in the running meter. Okay, then outlet is one number, then 3.3 meter. 3.3 meter means, so here the soak pit is placed at a distance of 3 meter. Then the wall thickness from here to here is 0.3 plus 0.3, 0.15 plus 0.1, it will be 0.3 meter. Then the length will be 3.3 meter. The length will be 3.3, it is placed at a distance of 3.3 meter. 3.1, it is also measured in running meter. Then the total running meter is equals to 6.3. Next 50 mm dia, cast iron ventilated pipe, length is 2 meter. Then this length 2 meter here, you can see in the drawing he has given the length of this 15 mm diameter pipe. Okay, here is the length is 2 meter. Okay, only running meter that will be considered here. Okay, now, and last one is the 15 CI cowl at top of the ventilating pipe. There is only one number, so that is at the top. You can see this is CI cowl at the top of the ventilating pipe. Okay, now, so it's all about the estimation of septic tank and soak pit. But as the examination point of view, so in examination he may ask separately for the septic tank, or sometime he may be asked a septic tank with the soak pit. So that is then calculation of the abstract to be remain same for the previous item. Okay, thank you.